Hey, Ime. I know that when people look at Al's game, sometimes they get caught up in the stat production, but just how many different ways did he influence this game tonight?
He has fingerprints all over every game, pretty much. Does so many things for the group. Obviously, he's a versatility defensively, and then offensively, he's different from the rest of our bigs as far as his passing, his shooting. Can post up at times and stretch the floor. So he does everything every night. He's been great for us all year. Been a steady presence with guys in and out of the lineup, and brought some of the same tonight.
Tatum came out kind of slow, got into that early foul trouble. After he picked up that second foul, he sat for a little bit. What came out maybe a little bit more aggressive? What did you see in that change? Did you talk to him in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, we told him to stay aggressive on both ends of the ball. After he only had 3 at halftime, we felt good about the foul problem. But it was really, by the time he got the second foul, it was his time to come out anyway. We're giving him shorter stints to start the season, and then get him back in, and he was extra aggressive. But the second unit really pushed the lead up, and we bought him a few more minutes. We liked some matchups. They were switching some things, and we felt if we could keep certain guys off him and bring guys on him, we felt he'd have the advantage all night. And he did that. He scored the ball well, got guys involved, moved it, and did what he's been doing all year.
In that second unit, you had Marcus Smart out there. Just looking at what Smart did, it seemed like he was the first of the guys to say, oh, we can get to the rim the way we want to.
Yeah, and it showed in the numbers. 38 free throws for us is obviously being very aggressive. But he put his head down, especially when some of those guys went out. He really attacked their bigs when they were back a little further, and he got some of the guards on his hips. So he was extra aggressive. We needed it at the time. And when you look at what he did with our bench production, I mean, we had guys at plus 27, plus 19, and plus 21. So they really came in and shaved some points off that lead, got us back in the game, and had a great defensive second quarter.
He made down 2 starters, down 14 during the first quarter. You're playing against a mostly healthy Lakers team. What does this game and this win say about your team's resilience?
Yeah, it was a test early. We didn't guard well and compounded it with turnovers early. So the thing I mentioned to the guys where we stayed composed. Guys came in and contributed. And, 38-point quarter after that was 23, 21, and 26. So we locked down defensively and got back to who we are overall. And then offensively, we got 4 30-point quarters. So we were great in that regard as well. But I'd said composure, resiliency, and just never hung our head. It never felt like we were out of the game. We made some mistakes that hurt us early in the game and cleaned those up for the rest of the game with only 14 turnovers after 7 or 8 in the first quarter.
Thank you.
May 6-3 in the last 9. It seems like it's been a long season already, only 16 games. But what have you seen over the last couple of weeks from this team, and how impressed are you that you guys are just able to gain more consistency as the season progresses?
Yeah, we talked about that today. We looked at our numbers over the last 8 games before tonight. That we were 5-3 before tonight, but lost a 19-point lead and didn't play full games against Dallas and the Atlanta game. So we felt we could be in better shape record-wise, but we liked the way we were trending. Second in the league defensively over those 8 games. Offensively, we were 23rd overall offensively, but it was due to a lot of poor shooting. So being in those games with the way we're not scoring offensively, we knew we could rely on our defense. We knew where we had been, number 1 in transition, number 1 in guarding the three-pointer over those games, and we wanted to carry that into tonight. And after the first quarter, I felt we did that.
When Jayson plays like there's nobody who can stop him, there's this nights where he feels like, okay, it's mine. Like, do you encourage it? How do you kind of gauge his night? The other night he started to play better, but just tonight he seemed like he was ultra aggressive.
Yeah, we want him to we stress making quick decisions. He holds it at times and they load up, and the crowd is going to obviously pay a lot of attention to him. We want him to make quick decisions. We like some of the matchups he had. He could use his size, but he did it from everywhere tonight. Isolations, post-ups, pick and rolls. And so when he's extra aggressive like that, getting downhill, he knows the crowd that he draws. They're going to double him, and he got off the ball, which he's done all year. But just trusting his teammates, and then it opens up everything for himself. But he was extra aggressive. I liked his physicality inside, ducking in and hitting guys with the shoulder. And so that's what we're looking for every night.
We've talked about this before, but it seems like every time you guys get aggressive and attack, good things happen. Whenever you guys settle for jumpers, you have bad results. How much of this is as much a teaching moment, kind of like reinforcing lessons as much as it is just getting a much needed win?
Yeah, it's different every night the way teams guard you. You know, they brought their bigs up to take care of Jayson. We're more aggressive, and he made the right play and got others involved. But when he had a matchup, he didn't settle. He was putting his head down, like I said, and getting to the basket. So it's something we encourage. We want him to get to the free throw line, you know, a good amount of time, 7 tonight and 38 overall for the team. But, you know, the jump shots are a result of team basketball also. And like I said, we're taking a lot of good wide open shots. 32 of our 36 on average are wide open three-pointers. And so I mentioned the results aren't always there, but we got to stay with it, keep guys aggressive. And I think those areas will improve. But the more we can get downhill and kind of impact the game with our physicality, obviously that's better for guys like Jayson and Dennis and those attack guys, and especially when Jalen comes back.
This game was played very inside out. Your defense is kind of constantly loading up into the paint.
Yeah.
What improved and what adjustments did you make, especially in the second half, to load up and then recover and actually get stops?
Just knowing who we're helping off of. We made some mistakes early, and you know LeBron got a dunk down the lane. They got some weak side threes, and our rotation wasn't as sharp in the first quarter. So we took care of that in the second. Showed the clips of that at halftime where we can load up, and you know we were doubling on some guys we didn't need to, quite honestly, early. So the focus was on Davis and James, especially when they had a cross match. We cleaned up those areas, and it showed in the result with the 23, 21, 26 point second, third, and fourth quarter.
Then you guys also kind of did the inverse on the other end. There was that play towards the end where JT kind of immediately went for that THT double and then swung it around, eventually got back to him. What do you tell the guys to try to get them to like keep making those extra passes and just kind of keep playing out the possession?
Yeah, as the game is going on and he's, you know, high in the high 30s, we know they're going to come after him. They've done it with DeRozan, Levine, Lillard, and pretty much every main scorer this year. So we were prepared for that. We worked on that. And just getting guys to the right spots and then moving the ball, you're going to get wide open shots. You have the numbers behind it. So he's dealt with that a few times this year in Chicago and somewhere else on the road. But it feels like he's making the right pass every time. It gets guys involved. And then from there, you got to be confident and knock it down.
Thank you, Coach. We'll wrap it up right there.
Thank you.